Okay, students, now we are going to look at what is called quadratic. Still one unknown, but quadratic. Why do I call it quadratic? Because I see God's a power here, power of 2. Ada kuasa 2. That's the reason why we call it quadratic. So when I'm looking at the quadratic, I'm looking at two things. One, I'm going to learn how to solve. And secondly, I'm going to sketch. So let's look at solve first. Now, x squared minus 3x minus 10 equal to 0. Ada dua cara. Cara pertama, kita pernah belajar. We have learned this before in our Form 1, Form 2, Form 3. X squared is x times x. 10, setahu saya, 2 times 5 is 10. And I know bahawa to get negative 3, it should be negative 5 plus 2 or 2 minus 5. So what does this actually tell me? My 2 is positive, all right? My 5 is going to be negative. Then only I'm able to get the answer of negative 3. So done with that. So I can take x plus 2, put it equal to 0. I get negative 2. X minus 5, put it equal to 0, I get x equal to 5. Sir, this is miserable, sir. Is there any other option? I'm weak in my maths. That's why I'm taking elementary maths. Got the picture? So let's make life less miserable. So this is what I am going to do. I'm going to use it calculator and I'm going to cheat smartly. We call it cheating smartly. So what am I going to do? I'm going to bring in the standard quadratic. Ax squared plus bx plus c 0. Plug out a. The value next to the a is 1. B, the value next to the x, which is called negative 3. And c, the value next to the x is negative 10. So I'm going to take out my scientific calculator. I press mode and I will see a quadratic polynomial degree 2. You can see ax squared plus bx plus c in the calculator. So I just key in a1, b negative 3, c negative 10. So when I do that, I press, it will come out with the first answer, x1 negative 2, comma, again equal button, it comes out with x2 5. I've already got the answer. So now I'm just going to kononia that I did factorization. Move the negative 2, it becomes x plus 2. Move the 5, it becomes x minus 5. This is how we solve this. Okay? Now, let me do one more example to make it understandable. Let's look at this. 2x squared plus 8x minus 24. So, what am I going to do? I write down the equation first. Okay, a 2, b 8, c negative 24. So plug out the values of a, b, c, go to the calculator. We go to the calculator mode, quadratic. I put in one by one. So let me clear everything. So a 2 equal, b 8 equal, c negative 24 equal. So when I press the calculator, it gives me the first answer, which is 6. Sorry, negative 6. And the next answer, which is 2. Factorization. Just to make as if I did factorization. Negative move there, positive 2 move to my left. So I have got the answer. This is the part called solve. Okay. Now I come to the part called sketch the graph. So how do I sketch the graph? So in order for me to sketch the graph, okay, I'm going to remove this from the picture. And I already know the two values of x, which is in our question, negative 2 and 5. So why do we need this? I will explain. Now, our graph is a positive graph, positive x squared. Positive x squared is a minimum graph. a smiling graph. So this graph is going to touch the x-axis. So what are the two places where it touches the x-axis? This comes from the values you got when you solve. You have 5, you have -2. Yang mana besar? The bigger one is 5, right? The bigger one on my right. The smaller one on my left. Step 1. Okay, next. Graph mesti ada dua paksi. X-axis, y-axis. So now I bring my y-axis to the picture. So how do I bring? I look at -2, I look at 5. Logically speaking, if I look at this, 0 is more nearer to -2. So I draw my y-axis nearer to -2 dengan keadaan I make sure it touches the graph. Okay, what is the value it is going to touch, sir? It comes from here, -10. So that's how we sketch the graph. I give you one more example. All right, just to be on the safer side. Okay, same process. Okay, we have done the solution. We already got the answer for the solution. The solution is -6 and 2. So let's sketch the graph. Number 1, it is a +2. So minimum graph, right? So if it is a minimum graph, it is going to touch the x-axis at two places. Okay, what are the two places? These are the two values. So which one is bigger, sir? The bigger one is 2. The smaller one is -6. Step 1. Next, I need to bring my y-axis. 0 is more nearer to this. So I draw my y-axis in such that it will touch the graph. So the place where it touch comes from where? It comes from here, -24. That is how you sketch what we call a minimum curve. We call this a minimum curve. Graph minimum. Both of these are minimum curve for your information.